to come back here against the Detroit Red Wings.
Right after that, David, we get the big line for Chicago. Larmer, Secord, and the fancy Dennis Savard, and we're underway.
Blackhawks tied with St. Louis, 80 points each for first place in the North. Blackhawks have a couple of games in hand. They're making one up here tonight. Kissio fires center ice. O'Callahan's pass is blocked. This is Captain Danny Gare with the Wings across the line. Broken up by O'Callahan and cleared. Quickly we'll get an icing call here as Richmond goes back to touch it.
This big pipe organ here with the reeds up on the roof. This place just resonates when they start screaming and playing music. Horns, bells, everything goes off here.
Savard won the draw. Richmond battling along the boards over there with Steve Larmer. Now this is Doug Wilson for the Blackhawks. Left wing pass for Secord. Didn't get it out. O'Connell fires a shot wide. Mike O'Connell, a former Blackhawk, went to the Bruins for Secord a few years back. Savard across the line. Dennis Savard still with the puck. Now backhands it in along the end boards. Larmer is there. Kissio chasing him up the boards. Puck comes free. O'Connell knocked down by Secord. Aggressive move there. Secord now dumps it right out in front. Chicago player fanned down. It comes to the line, held in by O'Callahan. Pass intercepted by Gare. 3-on-2 for the Wings the other way. Grodnick drops it back for Gare. He lost his footing. That's two players that have gone down here in the early going. Secord center ice, wrist shot in, wide of the goal, comes out in front of the open net. Fortunately for the Wings, Blackhawks on a line change. Grodnick now fires one from center ice wide as the Wings complete a change. Kurt Frazier for the Hawks sends it back to Troy Murray. This is Keith Brown flipping it in wide of Mikulev, who comes way out of the net, plays it up the boards for Levens. Levens battling there. Ben Wilson rolls it in behind Mikulev. Now Sneps is there. On the left wing, Warren Young trying to flip it out. Troy Murray holds it in. Shot saved there by Mikulev. Frazier skated right by the rebound for the Hawks, and it's cleared to Warren Young. Young playing with Claude Blaisdell and Joe Kocur. Young, right wing pass for Kocur. He slipped. Now along the end boards, a collision there, and Ben Wilson comes out with the puck. Dumped it to the blue line. Warren Young got a piece of it. Olczyk, though, clears it center ice, right out of the stick of Warren Young. Back for the Wings. Warren Young in front with a weak shot that was tipped wide by Sauvé. Olczyk got it to the line. Failed to clear it, but now it is out center ice. Troy Murray, that pass just out of his reach. Warren Young back to get it. Last time in this building, the Wings 8-3 winners. And the last time the clubs played, Saturday afternoon in Detroit, Detroit was up 4-0 just over 7 minutes into the contest. Here's Daryl Sutter for the Hawks. Moving in on the left wing. Goal mouth pass. Looking for Yaremchuk, went wide. And Warren Young dumps it down the ice. They wave off the icing, ruling that Bob Murray could have played the puck, the Chicago defenseman. Bob Sauvé, the goaltender, wristed it out to center ice. Here comes Jerome Dupont, the defenseman leading a rush. Drops it for Lysiak. Lysiak back to the line. Bob Murray's shot blocked wide. Ladouceur for the Wings. Rolls it ahead now for Adam Oates. Has Gallant on his right. Oates across the line. Drop pass for Gallant with a drive. Missed it wide. Oates now dumps it back behind the Chicago goal. Gallant tried to get it in front. Klima chases it into the corner. Bob Murray at the side of his own net. Clears it ahead for Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk bothered there a bit by Klima. Rolls it ahead. Daryl Sutter now trying to get by Beach. Has a pretty good hook on him. Cleared center ice by Mikulev. Doug Wilson intercepted, but he had to wait now as Sutter was trapped offsides. No score early first period here at Chicago Stadium. Gerard Gallant run into there by Secord. Puck came off the boards now for Ladouceur. Tried to get it back to Gallant. Secord had a pretty good hook on him, and Doug Wilson starts it back now. Dennis Savard across the line. O'Connell got a piece of it. Savard with that great speed. Rolls it right in front. And Larmer picks it up now in the corner. Poked away by Danny Gare. Gare and Larmer battling. Now O'Connell and Secord bump along the boards. Secord using the elbow there on O'Connell. They still battle. Secord throws O'Connell to the ice. And we're going to have our first penalties of the hockey game. Be interesting to see how Myers calls this one. Secord had a pretty good bear hug there on Mike O'Connell. We'll get the penalties when we come back. We're scoreless early first period.
And Mike O'Connell, they got it going along the near boards here. Look at Secord with the elbow and the stick up, and they finally just wrestle to the ground. No punches thrown. They get a couple of minutes each for roughing. You look at your power play and penalty killing stats. Well, we're not at that department yet.
Face off to the right of Mikolev in the Red Wing zone. Secord won the draw. Doug Wilson, though, couldn't tee it up for a shot. Now Savard battling with Kissio in deep. Kissio threw Savard aside. Crowd wanted a penalty, but the Wings come out center ice with it. Chris Jahaki rolls it in behind Sobe. Lutzik along the fireboards for the Blackhawks. Sends it center ice for Savard. Fires it in wide of Mikolev. Watson picked it up. Fired a shot that Mikolev had to steer aside. And Harold Sneps, the big defenseman for the Wings, down on top of the puck behind Corrado.
Took over last year from Orville Tessier. Foley's been in and out of the coaching duties for several years now.
Face off to the left of Corrado Mikolev. Been a tough season for Mikolev. We'll talk more about that. Here's Bob Murray, shot from the point. Hit Beach's skate in front, cleared it to Kosar, run into by DuPont. Two of them have battled a couple of times this year.
Well, they're going to battle again right now. Kosar, they can never get apart. DuPont's got the gloves off already, and here goes Kosar. He's getting his off.
He just wants to get that right.
There they go. Kosar can't get free. Look out now. Joey, I don't know if Joey hit him anywhere but on top of the helmet, but he sure knocked him down to the ice with one haymaker from the right side. DuPont really had all the advantage going because Joey couldn't get the gloves off and get going, so they'll get probably 5 each for fighting.
Red Wings power play ranks 14th, and the Chicago penalty killers rank 12th, just over 77%. Corrado Mikolev out of the net.
Look out.
Troy Murray, dangerous penalty killer. Now Darren Beach starts it ahead for the Wings with a man advantage. 5.5 minutes gone by first period. No score. Wings with a power play, but the Hawks controlling the puck. Keith Brown plays it ahead, blocked by Kissio center ice. Drops it back to Darren Beach. Kissio with a goal and an assist last night in the 7-2 home ice loss to Edmonton, giving him 62 points, and that is a career high for points for Kelly Kissio. Oates now carries into the Blackhawk zone, drops it for Gerard Gallant. Down to the trailer, Klima fakes, tries to get around Lutzik, who knocked it away, and back comes Troy Murray. Murray winds up for a shot. Mikolev stops that, and Darren Beach comes up with the loose puck.
Gonna watch Troy Murray. He's got 5 shorthanded goals for the Hawks.
Bob Murray knocks it away, sends it right back down deep in the wing zone. Mikolev plays it up the boards. Peter Klima tips it to Adam Oates. Soft pass ahead now for Warren Young. Young tries to make a move to get away from Bob Murray. Puck comes free. Oates has it off the board. Hits the late man coming. Ladouceur with a drive. Sobe
Stop.
made the save on that one. Now Young got the puck free to Oates. Oates along the board. Now rolls it rink wide. Ladouceur again. Top of the circle. Doesn't have a shot this time. Rolls it to Klima. He lost it. Bob Murray sends it all the way down the ice. Half a minute left in the minor portion of the DuPont penalties, being served by Daryl Sutter right down in front of our broadcast position, as Jim Levin scored his first National Hockey League goal last night. Sends it ahead for John O'Grodnik, 2-line pass. Play goals with 15. Wings playing again tonight without Doug Shedden, who missed last night's game against Edmonton with a flu bug. He's got 20 power play goals. Of course, 19 of them came while playing with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Billy Carroll now. Wings have just 5 seconds to get the puck up the ice. Carroll across center ice, right wing pass for O'Connell, was a bit behind him. He gets it up into the Chicago zone. Daryl Sutter out of the box. And the pass ahead for Larmer. Here's Savard into the zone. Savard was checked from behind by O'Grodnik just as he tried to get the shot away. O'Grodnik now to O'Connell. O'Connell sends it ahead now for Warren Young. Young centers it for Billy Carroll across the line. Carroll drops it for O'Grodnik. Winds up the big shot. Sobe the save, and the rebound right to Secord, cutting in front of his own net. Secord stolen by Billy Carroll. Pass for O'Grodnik, and he got kind of crossed up there as he tried to move it to his backhand, and it's held at the side of the net by the Blackhawk goaltender Bob Sobe.
Boy, a giveaway by the Hawks. But as you point out, Dave, Carroll and O'Grodnik got crossed up. Billy Carroll intercepts. He sees O'Grodnik. It's Warren Young, excuse me, not Billy Carroll, that gets in Johnny's road. And down they go.
There's Johnny O, second on the wings with 65. Face off of the Hawk zone. Gare rolls it to the line. Levin's quick shot fire. That just wide. And Chahaki fanned on the rebound. Bouncing puck. Now Gare has it. Tries to send it to the line. Sutter intercepts. Pass for Yaremchuk out of his reach. O'Callahan threw it to the Red Wing zone. Levins is there. Puts it out into the neutral zone. Lysiak's pass intercepted by Danny Gare again. Rolls it across for Loisel, who flips it in wide of the Chicago net. Very lively boards here at Chicago Stadium.
Look at this.
Here's Chahaki with a steal behind the net. Rolls it in front. Gare couldn't get a stick on that one. Puck rolls in behind Sauvé once again. Shots are 3 apiece. There's no score. Just over 8 minutes gone by here. In the period, here's Yaremchuk with a drive. Michalek the save. Sutter had a piece of the rebound. Couldn't get a shot off. And Gare flips it out into the neutral zone. Ken Yaremchuk, another forward on this Chicago team that has outstanding speed. Bob Murray now sends it ahead for Yaremchuk. Levins poked it away. Rolls it out center ice. Loisel breaking with Klima. 2 Hawks are back. Loisel, a shot fired it wide. Goes for his own rebound. Dumps it in behind the Chicago net. Big Ben Wilson.
Were they on his case or what?
Ooh, every time he touches the puck, they're booing him. He was -3 early in the first period Saturday afternoon in Detroit. 2 of the goals were blatant giveaways by Ben Wilson as the puck goes up into the crowd. Where's score? Ron Roosh will be joining me to add his color commentary with Mickey Redmond on the road for a week. Going to Paris, France to play in an old-timers tournament. Talk a little bit more about that during the telecast.
Yes, sir.
Troy Murray, who will be Mickey's guest in the first intermission. Kurt Frazier carries across the Red Wing line. On his off wing, took a shot. Lannister blocked it. Big collision there. Nice centering pass for Olchuk, but deflected away.
Who was that? Murray that ran into Lannister? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's got to be charging.
Here's Olchuk across the line. Murray heading for the net. Olchuk fires one from the boards, deflected way wide out to the point. Here's Keith Brown, just got half the puck. And pass ahead now comes to Klima. Klima across the line, fakes the shot. Now he shoots over the same rebound and scores!
Gallant.
Gerard Gallant.
Good fake by Klima. Boy, he had everybody standing still. And Jerry Gallant, who will be my second period guest, intermission guest, bangs home number 19. That's that man without a puck again, following up the late man. There's Gallant coming in. Look at it, it's Ben Wilson again. Klima freezes him. Sauvé makes a save with the right pad, is out of position, and Gallant comes along and just dumped it in the open side. He'll take about 42.
Here's offsides as the puck came into the Red Wing zone.
They did get caught.
19th of the season for Gerard Gallant on that goal. Keith Brown caught going to the bench, getting another stick. Here's Savard, tough angle, fires it to the side of the net. Michalek blocked it. Now Gare on the right wing. Runs into Secord. Larmer has it back for the Blackhawks. Wings leading 1-0. Larmer broken up by O'Connell, and back comes Richmond now. Steve Richmond across the line. Pass in deep for Gare. Gare the shot, he scores! Right through the legs of Sauvé, and it's 2-0.
Bingo. I don't know where that one went. Danny Gare pretty happy about that one.
Thought it went through his leg. There was
somewhere.
an opening there.
It looked like we'll have to be a pull for it. He doesn't know what's going. The Wings are up to their tricks again against the Hawks. Let's see if we can see it. Where did it go? Through the pads? That angle doesn't tell you a whole lot, but nevertheless, Captain Danny Gare makes it 2-zip. Here we'll get a look at it. Where did this one go? Yes, right under the goal stick and between the legs of Sauvé. So all of a sudden, the Wings explode for a pair of goals within a minute and lead it 2-zip.
Danny Gare getting his 7th of the season. 41 seconds separate the 2 goals. Gallant is 19th, Gare is 7th. Here's Lysiak now for the Hawks.
Outside.
Rolled it through the legs of Sneps and offside.
That's an old trick by the old the veteran defenseman Sneps.
Back at Chicago Stadium, Wings leading by a score of 2-0. Steve Richmond and Kelly Kissio drawing the assist on that last goal by Danny Gare to give the Wings the 2-zip lead. Snep sends it ahead for Loisel. Loisel drives one in center ice. Sauvé the save. Gets the Bronx cheer from the Chicago crowd. Puck came off the boards right in front of the Chicago goal. Lysiak, good job of battling Young. But then Lysiak gives up the puck to Kosar. He didn't get good wood on the pass. Gets it back in front. Backhander by Loisel. Stopped by Sauvé. Warren Young rolls it out to the open man. Levens one times and it missed it wide. Kosar tried to set up Loisel, and it's cleared by the Hawks center ice.
Well, the natives are getting restless, I'll tell you. Offside right there as Kosar touched it. They've got to win the games. Blast by Levens went way wide. Kosar and Young and Loisel putting some pressure on. It's nice to have extra games in hand, but you have to do something with them. Of course, St. Louis, what a big win they had last night, 2-0 in the island over the Islanders. The team just doesn't quit. They keep coming at you.
Frazier, blue line shot, deflects wide, comes out off the end boards. Bob Murray held it in. Here's a centering pass. Troy Murray was wide open and fanned on it.
What happened there is Olczyk had to flip the puck up in the air to get it over Ladiser's stick, and Murray couldn't handle it.
Now Richmond got it to the line, held in Bob Murray. Shot tipped. Michalef the save on the deflection. Kurt Frazier now along the board. Side of the net looking for Olczyk. He's been tough on the wings this year. Rolls it right in front. Michalef poked it away with a big stick. Back comes Billy Carroll in Richmond now. 2 against 2. Carroll holds up inside the line. Flips it in front of the Chicago net. Bouncing puck. Bob Murray comes up with it. And clears it ahead for Frazier. Poked away from him. Shahaki got a piece of it. Bob Murray gets it back for the Blackhawks. Pass blocked by Beach, but picked up by Savard. Savard with a drive. Michalef just got a piece of that.
Good stop.
And Oates clears it ahead, looking for Klima. Doug Wilson stood him up. Intercepted by Ladiser, ahead for Peter Klima, breaking into the Blackhawks zone, gets up the shot, he scores! What a play by Peter Klima!
That's the way to shoot that puck. A quick wrist shot by Klima. Sophie, he may have looked bad to the fans here in Chicago, but Klima made a perfect play. Ladiser alertly spotted Klima breaking into the middle. Peter just a little center step. And bingo, he beat Sauvé on the blocker side. A perfect shot just inside the goalpost from about 35 feet out. 3-0 Detroit.
Number 32 on the season.
That's the way you got to do it. Headman the puck and bang, bang. Listen to the natives go now.
Would have been icing, but Secord was in there forcing Michalef to play the puck. Now Oates. Nice drop pass from the boards for O'Connell. Rolls it in wide of the Chicago goal. Larmer circling his own net. Starts it ahead. Wings 3-0 lead. Steve Larmer across the line. Drops it for Brown. Brown rolls it in front. Went wide of the net. Out to the point, Ben Wilson. Sends it back in behind Michalef. Rolls it to the corner. Dennis Savard has it for the Hawks. Cross-ice pass. Ben Wilson. Soft shot blocked a lot. Trying to get control. Rolls it center ice. He was looking for Klima, but Ben Wilson stepped in front of the pass. Larmer rolls it in front. It hit O'Connell. He's cradling the puck. Gets the whistle. And with the Wings leading 3-0, we'll be back in a moment. Native from the playoffs looking to the future. There's a guy you can build a franchise on.
Boy, Peter, you know, he's just adapted so well this first year over here, and he's now speaking and understanding the language 100% better than he did just a short 4 or 5 months ago. And imagine what kind of a player he'll be when he really gets completely settled in and completely adjusted to the move from Czechoslovakia. What a talent he is.
Here's DuPont knocking down a clearing pass. His shot went wide. Bob Murray from the other point in front. Watson backhands it up in the air, and Ludzik tried to bat it down with his glove, and Michalef, who's got to be giving away about 5 or 6 inches, reached up with the glove and picked it up.
Tough spot for Michalef to be in. He's, as you mentioned, Dave, had an up and down. Young Bill Watson, the rookie for the Hawks, out on the ice for his first shift. And Ludzik, who doesn't see a lot of ice time.
Youngsters 14 and under will receive a free jersey courtesy of the folks from Good Humor. Saturday afternoon against Minnesota. Billy Carroll flips it in wide of the Chicago goal. DuPont takes Danny Guerra to the boards. Ludzik over there for the Hawks, able to pick it free from the boards. Rolls it ahead center ice now for Patterson. Backhand pass out of the reach of Bob Murray. Ladiser clears it ahead quickly for Kissio. Ahead for Danny Guerra across the line. Drops it for Kissio in front. Oh, Grodnick almost got a piece of that. It went wide of the goal. Ludzik back for the Blackhawks. His pass deflects and hits Patterson right in the face. Mikulev holding the puck, not getting the whistle.
No.
Forced to play it. And Kelly Kissio now across the line, drops it for O'Grodnik. O'Grodnik tried to get it back to Kelly instead of shooting it. It was blocked by O'Callahan. Right wing pass now. Yaremchuk streaking in. Circles the red wing net, rolls it right out in front and went behind Watson. Held in O'Callahan. His shot blocked high off the glass. Koser battling with Watson, and now Lysiak there for the Blackhawks, so we get a whistle for a face-off. Wings leading 3-0 late in the first period. We'll be back in a moment.
The Canadians, the Oilers, back-to-back games in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Penguins. Minnesota at Toronto, of course. Minnesota not out of running for the first spot in this Norris division. Only 3 points back at Chicago and St. Louis.
Draw comes to Yaremchuk. Backhander was blocked right out to O'Callahan in the circle. His shot stopped by Mikulev, who had a good look at it. Billy Carroll now able to move the puck past Lysiak. Flips it ahead for Joe Koser. Center ice for Loisel. Loisel wristing it in wide of the Chicago net. O'Callahan on it. Koser steps into him. Lysiak for the Blackhawks sends it back to Doug Wilson leading the rush. Return pass now for Yaremchuk. Just out of his reach. Poked ahead now for Loisel. On Loisel. Got crossed up there with Koser. And they rule it offsides. Game. He really does.
He certainly does. Eddie Meehl said, no, I'm just kind of teaching him where to go shopping now. Get the up-to-date clothes.
So Eddie was taking credit for that tie then.
I don't know if he should or not.
Ben Wilson hearing it from the home fans again. Every time he touches the puck, fires it in wide of the Red Wing goal. Olchuk sends it back to the line off the skate of Keith Brown and Warren Young now. Puck got tied up in the snow there. Now it comes back to Levens. Quick shot. Sobe the save. Ben Wilson flips it around the board. Snaps pitching in. Sends it along the boards to hockey centers. Troy Murray right there to intercept. Troy Murray for the Blackhawks. Holds the puck. Now sends it across. Keith Brown, who plays forward and defense for the Chicago club. Taken over by Levens to Harold Snaps. 3.5 remaining first period. Wings with a 3-0 lead here at Chicago Stadium. Gerard Gallant, Danny Guerra, and Peter Kleeman. Adam Oates now. Cross the line on Keith Brown. Trying to walk through the defense. Almost did. Then Wilson came over to get the puck. Blackhawks now. Kleeman nearly picked Troy Murray's pocket. Murray able to flip it in wide now as the Blackhawks go for a line change. Steve Richmond behind his own net. Just plays it off the glass center ice. Gallant will pick it up there. It'll be a two-line pass. That was close.
You're darn right. I don't think the puck keeps...
Something like plus 35 among the leaders in the National Hockey League in that department. So
when you can throw a 1-2 punch at you like Savard and follow it up with Troy Murray, boy, that's two lines. And of course Murray playing with young Eddie Olchuk, who's from right out of the Chicago area. The big Kurt Fraser.
Offside pass again. Little tough. Will be on TV 20 a week from tonight for Montreal. Every game for the Canadians important in that Adams division race. So the Wings, although they're out of it, they can spoil it for some teams. Doug Wilson, big shot for the point. Mikulev the save, and he hangs on.
Canadians are struggling. There's no question about it, Dave.
Great races around the National Hockey League. Washington with their win last night, 1 point ahead of Philadelphia for first place in the Patrick, and those two teams play the last day of the regular season.
You know, Buffalo's in jeopardy of not making the playoffs. They're a point ahead of Hartford. They both got 6 games left. The Sabres have 4 of those 6 on the road.
And against some tough teams.
Vice versa. The Whalers have 4 of their 6 at home. One of them, the Sabres.
All right, the referee Myers wants the Wings to play the puck. O'Connell finally did. Billy Carroll rolls it back to O'Connell. O'Connell taken down there by Secord. Myers shaking his head.
Offside.
Boy.
He doesn't call. O'Connell jumps up and gets, I don't think anything really too serious. Mike kind of let the feet go by on his own, but played 3.5 years O'Connell did with these very Blackhawks, and then of course 4.5 seasons with the Boston Bruins.
Darren Beach from center ice fires it in behind Sobe. Wings with the 3-0 lead, just over 2 minutes remaining in the period. Center ice now. This is Secord, lost it. Kissio sends it back for Danny Guerra. Grodnik heading for the net, and he's offside. Long way down. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Wings with that 3-0 lead. DuPont for the Blackhawks to Yaremchuk. Back to Lysiak on the give and go. Lysiak across the line. Roughed up there by Beach, and as the two of them hack at the puck, it ends up over the glass out of play. I think they have a steady and solid performer in Darren Beach for several seasons to come, and he has the puck now. Lays it ahead, out of the reach of Gare. DuPont for the Blackhawks rolls it across for Bob Murray. Murray flips it ahead for Lysiak. Lysiak, right wing pass. Yaremchuk a shot. Mikulev the save, and just did squeeze the pads together. I mentioned earlier that Mikulev's had. Look at Mikulev stopping this drive by Yaremchuk. Mikulev thrown right into the fire with Greg Steffen missing the first 8 games because of his suspension. And the Wings lost 7 and tied 1. Opening night, they had that 6-2 lead over Minnesota in the third period, settled for a 6-6 tie and nearly lost it. And it was downhill from there, and Mikulev went to Kalamazoo, earned his way back to Adirondack, was playing solid hockey there in the American Hockey League. And with the recent injury to Steffen with the sprained thumb, Mikulev called back up and getting a shot again in the National Hockey League. Draw comes back. Bob Murray walks in, takes the shot. Mikulev the save, hangs on. Got the whistle there. Good lesson for any young athletes. Don't ever quit, no matter how hopeless the situation seems, because I'm sure a lot of people felt when Mikulev went down early in the season, he'd never see Detroit again. He worked hard in Kalamazoo and worked hard in Adirondack. Sometimes it takes some breaks, whether it be injuries or suspensions or something, although you don't like to see those things. But now it's up to Corrado to take advantage of the opportunity now that he's here. And he's got his team playing a heck of a hockey game in front of him. 3 goals in the first period. 1:33 to go in the first. And the Hawks yet to get one by Corrado Mikulev. The shots are 10 apiece. Draw controlled by Lysiak, but Billy Carroll steals the puck. Rolls it ahead for O'Connell. Bounced off of his stick. Bob Murray lays it off the boards to center ice. Levens has it back. Drops it for O'Connell. O'Connell rolls it ahead. Oates deflects it up into the Chicago zone. Klima went for the puck, but it was tipped out center ice. Oates for the Wings has it. Back for Peter Klima. Little move. Oh, boy, look at the slash there by Bob Murray. Myers looked right at that. Can't believe he let that one go. I mean, he just two-handed him. Blackhawks controlling. Lysiak in deep, and Oates knocked it away with a skate. Flips it ahead for Klima. That'll be an offside pass. No, now smart play there by Klima. He let Sauvé, the goaltender, touch the puck, so the offside pass was waved off. The Wings had an opportunity. Here's Levens driving it back in behind the Chicago net. Along the boards, Gallant tried to center. O'Callahan got in his way. And Kurt Fraser now for the Hawks. Fraser's pass ahead for Doug Wilson out of his reach. Gallant sends it back. Klima tips it to Oates. Oates one-on-one against O'Callahan, who stripped him of the puck. 25 seconds left in the period. Pass center ice for Kurt Fraser. Fraser and Troy Murray got the pass, but he was offside on the play. 2 hands. I mean, that is a slash. No doubt about it. Lost the stick. Went to the ice. Like chopping wood. The way somebody breaks a finger or wrist. Hasn't been a lot of that in this period, but a couple of situations. O'Connell getting hooked to the ice, and that one there. Myers looked right at it, shook his head, as if to say, I saw it, and it wasn't a penalty. There you see 17 seconds left in the first period. Loisel on the draw with Troy Murray. Loisel controls. Warren Young, his pass broken up by Fraser, fires it back into the Red Wing zone. Mikulev stops it there for Beach. Beach just holding the puck, gets it ahead to Chahaki. Just clears the zone as the final seconds tick off the big overhead scoreboard. And the natives are restless here in Chicago, and I'm sure Bob Pulford will have a few things to say to the Blackhawks. During our first intermission, Mickey will be talking with one of the standout performers of the Chicago Blackhawks, center Troy Murray. So with the Wings leading 3-0, we'll be back with our first intermission activities in just a moment. Points. Underway here in the second period. Jack O'Callahan fires it into the Red Wing zone. O'Connell at the side of the net, plays it up the left wing side. O'Grodnik tips it to Kissio. Lead pass for Gare. Secord a pretty good hold on him. They wave off the icing. O'Callahan now drives it back around for Secord. Incidentally, on that last Red Wing goal scored by Peter Klima, they added an assist to Adam Oates. along with Randy Ladouceur. So Oates assisting on 2 of the 3 Red Wing goals there in the first period. Lead pass now for Doug Wilson, coming in with a drive to score!
Between the pads. Well, Dougie Wilson does have a gun. Right there, a loose puck along the boards right in front of the penalty box. Savard had a piece of it. Doug Wilson moved up. There's Savard right there. Gives it to 24 Wilson. You see a Detroit defense peeling away, and right off the red dot, Doug Wilson with a semi-slap shot blew it right between the pads of Corrado Mikulev. Right there, little hole. He picked it 3-1. Brad Park told me on my way upstairs for the second period. He said, I got a feeling the Hawks are going to get pretty ornery being down 3-0. They get on a roll over here. Icing going to be called here against the Hawks as Richmond touches it, but boy, they come out of here trailing 3.
And the Wings have Adam Oates out there with Peter Kleeman, Gerard Gallant. They accounted for 2 of the 3 goals in the first period. Oates to take the draw, wins it cleanly back to Levens. Levens a shot, missed it wide on the glove side. Olchuk couldn't get it past Snep. Harold tees it up, screen shot, knocked down in front. Troy Murray going down.
Look out, here goes Gallant and DuPont. They get the gloves off and they spare out. Down to the left to Sauvé. Penalty being called already to Troy Murray. Gallant.
Hey, Gallant.
Well, DuPont's got a size difference.
Yeah,
look at Gallant getting those right hands in. Well, we'll have to talk to Jerry about this fight in the second intermission. He's handled big Jerome DuPont pretty well out there.
Well, they squared off there, and Gerard very quickly just jumped in and got inside.
He likes to go. He's not afraid to go, Gerard Gallant. And they'll head off for fighting majors. And I think DuPont's got a bloody nose out of that action. Quite a bit of size difference between the 2 of those guys. The Wings are going to go on a power play, and then this happens. A fight breaks out between Gallant and DuPont. They square it out, give each other a few taps, and finally get a rest in the box, and Detroit will have the extra man, and we're set to go.
Troy Murray went on for cross-checking before the fight took place, so that's why the Wings have the power play opportunity as the Hawks fire it down the ice. Wings have had the only other power play opportunity, that in the first period, failed to score. As O'Connell brings it ahead for the Wings. Backhands it to Oates, drives it in off those lively boards. Into the corner, Levens. Bothered there by Bob Murray. Now Patterson able to flip it down the ice. Mikulev out of the net. Backhands it up the left wing boards. O'Connell is there. Wings with a 3-1 lead. The Blackhawks getting one back just 36 seconds into this second period. Pass goes to Oates, quickly across for Kocur. Kocur replacing Gerard Gallant on this line with Gallant in the penalty box. Now the puck flipped ahead. O'Connell, good job knocking it down across for Kocur.
Couldn't handle the pass. Hit a 3-on-1.
Kocur's pass behind the net. Knocked away by Murray, but back to Oates, who set up Kleeman. It was just off his stick. And the puck sent back behind Mikulev. Levens is there.
Power play actually really starts back in your own zone. The Wings are having problems getting set up, getting moving, and isolating one of the penalty killers back in their own zone.
O'Connell, a little problem handling that pass across to Levens. That one broken up. Levens gets it back, though. He'll carry into the zone. O'Connell heading for the net. Here's the flip pass. It was blocked by Ben Wilson and cleared. Peter Kleeman back to get it. Rolls it out to center ice. Nearly intercepted by the Hawks. Kissio into the zone with O'Connell. Kissio waiting for some help. Gets around Ben Wilson. Drops it back now for Warren Young. Quick shot, save, rebound. O'Grodnick pulled away from the puck.
He was hooked, all right, but no penalty on that play.
The Hawks managed to clear it after O'Grodnick looking at that big open net. Penalty has expired. To Troy Murray. Teams are at full strength. 3-1 Red Wing lead. The puck behind the Blackhawk net. Ben Wilson still hearing it from the fans here. Ahead for Troy Murray. Murray with Olchuk and Patterson. Pass for Patterson, breaking in with a shot. Oh, goalpost. Outside of the goalpost. Mikulev may have gotten a piece of it first, but you can see from this angle he had some room on that short side. Kissio cross ice has Young breaking in on the off wing. Young holds up, tries to send it back to Kissio, intercepted. Lysiak ahead to Olchuk. He's been tough on the Wings this year. Now Lysiak to the late man, Wilson, quick shot, and a big save by Mikulev. That was right on, and Beach has the loose puck for the Wings. Bangs it off the board, center ice. Boy, the Hawks are a different club. Pass to Yaremchuk out of his reach. Would have been icy, but Mikolev played the puck. Now Beach gets the bump there from Yaremchuk. And then from Lysiak. Good work there by Chahaki along the boards. Managed to get the puck out into the neutral zone. Now Yaremchuk fires it back in wide of the Detroit goal. Blackhawks going for a change. Ladiseur sends it out center ice. Nobody has control. Now it comes down to Ogrodnik. Lost it to Steve Larmer. Larmer coming in on the left wing. Goes down. And Myers is going to call that one.
Yeah. He did put the hook on Larmer as he broke to the left side. And Larmer, the speedster, who can also shoot.
.9 ranks third in the National Hockey League. Wings penalty killing. 71.3 ranks them 20th. Two-line pass there. Yep. All right, Bob Murray for the Hawks. They have the man advantage for another minute and a half. Randy Ladiseur off for the hook. Wings with a 3-1 lead. Savard. Left wing for Secord. Flips it ahead looking for Larmer, who was all wrapped up by Loisel, and the puck cleared out of there by Levens.
But you watch these guys go into power play with Wilson at the point. They'll set him up. And Secord, who's in front of the net. Larmer's a gunner, and of course the speedster Savard.
Secord batted away by Loisel. Wilson now behind the net. He has the Chicago goal. Got it early here in the second period. Starts it up the ice for Savard. Quick pass for Larmer. Larmer into the corner for Savard. Look at him skate backwards. Now tried to dump it in front. Hit the back of the net. Levens tied up Secord there. The puck comes free. Billy Carroll able to flip it out center ice. It was deflected by Bob Murray. Allows Chahaki to come in with a drive, and he missed that just wide. Boy, he teed up that one. Chahaki had O'Connell. Breaking in on the right side is Troy Murray. Dumps it into the wing zone. Beach got it to the line. Held in by Ben Wilson. Bounces out now to Keith Brown. Brown shoots it through the crowd wide. Comes back to Ben Wilson at the point. Off the boards now for Troy Murray as the Hawks spread it out. Kurt Frazier setting up in front of the net. Olchuk sends it back to the point. Wilson, low shot, and it went wide. Back out to Brown, across to Wilson. Ben Wilson, low shot again. Mikolev the save, rebound. He stopped that one. Now Troy Murray back to Keith Brown. He takes a chance. Save made. Rebound loose in front. Scramble for the puck. It went wide.
Look at that pile up in front of the net.
Ben Wilson now rolls it along the end board. Troy Murray with a big hit there on Darren Beach as the puck ends up in the seats.
Just in this place. The Clydesdale line. Frazier, Olchuk, Murray. All kinds of pressure on the Wings, but the Wings hold them off in a shorthanded situation. 2-on-1 shorthanded. Sauvé, I think, got a piece of that puck. Went off the handle of the goal stick. Just ticked it. Very good scoring chance.
Exciting thing for Chahaki coming up, selected for Team USA for the World Championships in the Soviet Union later on in the month of April.
It'll be a very good experience for Chris Chahaki.
Well, you can feel this building vibrate. Crowd gets going. Well, you said it to Troy Murray in the interview. If they turn it around, this crowd will get right back behind them.
Yeah.
In a hurry. Gerard Gallant now. Fires it in behind Sauvé, who lets it go. Oates battling there with Yaremchuk. Now Lysiak gets the puck free. Ahead for Sutter. Errol Sutter and Darren Beach slap at it. It ends up in the crowd out of play. And let's see where they rule the face.
They've got these braces now that just help prevent real serious ligament and cartilage damage. I know Red Berenson at the University of Michigan has got a lot of his players wearing them.
Wink won the draw. Beach gets it out center ice. Took a hit there from Troy Murray. Brad Park yelling at Bob Myers. He wanted the high sticking call there. Beach backing up into his own zone. Troy Murray right on a pass ahead for Gallant out of his reach. Jerome Dupont drops it back. Little hot to handle for Bob Murray, who fires it out center ice. It's taken by Troy Murray. Across the line, rolled it right through the goal mouth. Mikolev tipped it wide. Boy, the Hawks really throwing their weight around. Lead pass for Klima. That's offside. And so, stadium, 12:31 remaining in period number 2.
He's one of the most exciting players in the game of hockey today. Number 18, Denis Savard.
A lot of people feel he is the most exciting. Gretzky undoubtedly the most talented. Savard with that element of tremendous speed and what he does when he's going full gear. It's just incredible.
He's got that patented Savardian spinorama. Old Serge Savard used to do that spinorama down in Montreal in his days, and Savard can do that going at full speed. Dennis Savard, that is.
Lead pass for Larmer just off his stick. Richmond rolls it back into the Chicago zone. O'Callahan, Kissio right on him. Ogrodnik drops it back for Richmond.
Those guys kept it in the family.
Long shot by O'Connell, and Sauvé reached out with the right skate and just got his toe on that one. Ogrodnik now top of the circle, drops it for Gare. Quick shot, glove down in front by Doug Wilson. Looked like he caught that.
He did.
Back the other way, Doug Wilson holds up inside the blue line, rolls it across the bar. One time, didn't the save made by Mikolev, hit the puck clear.
That one hit the outside of the goalpost. Icing called now against the Wings. Wilson gets that set up, and Savard just one-timed it. Now Savard, very much like the Edmonton Oilers, going away from the play when he shoots the puck as well. Jari Kurri does that with Gretzky better than anybody in the league. But it's a timing play. Almost like a football pass. You throw it to a blind spot and hope your receiver gets there.
Boy, that's great eye-hand coordination. Skating that quickly, the puck's moving, your stick's moving.
It makes it tough for the goalie as well.
Here's Brown now, off the draw, firing it into the corner. Loisel with a hold of Lysiak, lets him go. Didn't want the penalty there. Lysiak turns, fires, and in front, Daryl Sutter, all wrapped up by Sneps. Got a stick on it, but couldn't really get a good shot away. Koster sends it ahead for Loisel, out of his reach. Keith Brown for the Hawks, sends it back center ice. Whoops.
Myers took a spill.
Myers went down there.
Yeah.
Only time you'll hear an official get cheered. Loisel, right wing for Koster. Teammates went off sides, and the puck knocked away by Lysiak, but Sneps was there to recover. Koster with a hit on Sutter in front of that Chicago bench. Now the puck squirts free. Loisel rolls it ahead for Young. It was deflected, and the Hawks recover. Captain Daryl Sutter to Lysiak. Lysiak now rolls it in front, and Levens, with his back to the play, was watching Sutter. Loisel starts it back for the Wings. Jim Levens winds up. Long shot. Sauvé the save. Loisel drops it back for Warren Young. Young flips it back along the boards. Loisel tied up there with Brown, and Yaremchuk poked it away for Troy Murray. Murray into the wing zone. Going wide. Rolls it through the goal mouth. Poked away by Mikolev. Picked up by Ben Wilson. Quick shot. Mikolev just stood there and let it hit his stick. Loisel's been out there a long time. Flips it out center ice. Troy Murray knocks it down for the Hawks. Murray center ice, drives it back in behind Corrado Mikolev, and hopped over his stick all the way out to the point. Jerome Dupont tees it up for the shot through the crowd, knocked down, and it's
Koster in front that's got it.
Yeah, Joey.
It is. Joey back playing defense, takes it in the midsection. Here you go. Biggie, the Oilers 5-2 in front of Mario Lemieux and the Penguins. That one a big one in the race between the Penguins and the New York Rangers, and Minnesota still 4-zip over the Leafs in Toronto.
Boy, Toronto playing so well about 3 weeks ago really have taken a dive. Talking to someone in Toronto just a couple of days ago, we're talking about how well the Leafs were playing about 3 weeks ago, and felt they could have played anybody except maybe Edmonton evenly in a series, especially Chicago, who at that time they expected to play, and they've won 3 times in this building.
They're handling the Hawks. They've handled the Hawks pretty well, but let's say that they've been playing better than they were playing. I don't know how well you could say they're playing as compared to the rest of the league, but offside there, but Bob Murray dragged it in. But certainly Toronto is going to have to look for a large upset in that.
A lot of years with this Chicago club.
Bob Murray, about a 4 handicapper in the game of golf in the summertime. Quite a player.
And here he is, sending it ahead.
Oh, boy, we're going to get some help here. Ludzik took a 9.5 on the scale.
Vladisir shaking his head.
Yeah.
Right after you went downstairs, well, we'll get to the point I'm about to make in a moment. We're going to go to a commercial here with the Wings leading.
The Red Wings for the penalty. Now, Vladisir's right there with Ludzik going down, but Richmond standing up in the box wondering, hey, wait a minute. Not only did we didn't deserve the penalty, but I didn't even touch him. Nevertheless, the Hawks again, second consecutive power play.
Face-off control by Loisel, and then Carroll clears it. Now, I was mentioning before we went to the break, Mick, you went downstairs the last minute of that first period. Bob Murray put a real two-hander across Peter Klima, knocked the stick flying and everything. And Bob Myers looked at it, shook his head, said no penalty, let everything go, and he's made a couple of calls here that look like dives on the part of the Chicago players. Here's Sneps now looking to clear it off the boards, and he gets it by Keith Brown. Almost passed it there with Peter Klima cutting in front of the intended receiver. Billy Carroll drops it back for O'Connell. O'Connell scoops it out. Peter Klima out there with Billy Carroll as the top half of the penalty killing unit. Brown sends it ahead now for Larmer. Larmer backhands it for Kurt Frazier. Fires it in wide of the Detroit net. Sneps now. Trying to play it up the boards. That hit Kurt Frazier. Steve Larmer down on the ice. Puck was underneath them. Hawks don't want to stop the play. They want to keep it going. Troy Murray comes up with the puck into the circle. Klima playing him. A lot of action in front of that Red Wing goal. Kurt Frazier battling with O'Connell. They both have their sticks up. Now the puck out in front. Quick shot. And it, believe it hit Sneps before it got to Mikolev. A lot of the fans behind that goal down there stood up. They thought it was in. Point blank. Here comes Dennis Savard. Let's see what he does here. Stops inside the blue line. Drop pass for Larmer. Larmer holds it around the Red Wing zone, and Savard's over there to get it. Hawks spread it out. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Quick pass, Larmer. Quick shot, and he fired it wide. Bob Murray out to the line. Doug Wilson to Larmer. Cross ice. Savard in front. Secord stuffs it home.
What a beautiful play. David, you couldn't draw that one on a blackboard any better. They just spread the Detroit players out. Look at Larmer, far side to Savard, back to the near side to Secord. Mikolev no chance, and Secord just blew it into the open net. That was played perfectly by the Blackhawks.
38th of the season for Secord, as we see right. I mean, he slam dunked that.
He sure did. That's the way to put him in. We got us a hockey game. 3-2 Detroit.
Gare sends it ahead. Just out of the reach of Kissio. May have been a good opportunity there. Now in the neutral zone. Savard with the puck. Drops it back for Doug Wilson. Across the line. Lead pass for Secord. Here's the wrist shot. Mikolev the save. Big stop there. Lead pass for Kissio now. O'Grodnik on the left wing. Just offside on the play.
And Kelly with a little extra move with the blue line. Power play goal with another good chance. And Mikolev kicked it out with the left pad.
Secord, assisted by Savard and Larmer at 12-15.
38 goals for Al Secord. Great season for him.
Secord, of course, had 54 goals a couple of years ago in 82-83. Last year, but he is back and in Al Secord fashion this year.
Wysiak crossed up there. O'Grodnik comes up with the puck for the Wings. O'Grodnik across the line, holds up. Couldn't shoot it. Sends it in for Gallant. Sutter had a pretty good hook on him there. Keith Brown battling with Adam Oates for the puck. Wysiak comes over for the Hawks to help out. Oates broke his stick. Ladouceur pinches in. He's got a pretty good hold of Yaremchuk there. And the Hawks come back down the ice. Quick pass for Darryl Sutter. Sutter on the off wing. Rolls it in front for Keith Brown. Couldn't get his stick on it. Klima with a pretty good hit over there.
Penalty coming up through to Chicago now. Going to be a high stick on the play, and it may be Keith Brown. Take a look at the follow-through on the play. Brown goes to the front of the net. Darryl Sutter with the flip pass over. And now Klima chases Brown over, gives him a pretty good smack right there into the glass. You won't see the retaliation, but Bob Myers did. And Detroit gets the extra man.
Face-off just outside the Red Wing zone. Oates wins the draw and then took a shove there from Troy Murray. Adam Oates has been tough on those face-offs all season.
Look where Klima is, way up at the Chicago blue line.
Now Levin's leading the rush. Puck was knocked away. Klima able to hold it in, but it's picked up by Troy Murray, who fires it right back down the ice. Wings got goals in the first period from Gerard Gallant, his 19th. Danny Gare, 7th, just 41 seconds later. Then 2 minutes and 16 seconds later, Peter Klima, his 32nd. Hawks have both of their goals here in the second period. Wings again having problems getting anything set up on the power play as the Hawks easily clear it down the ice.
If you're going to shoot it in, you've got to have a winger going for it to get to it first.
O'Connell now will start it up for the Wings. Has Klima with him, throws it across for Oates, and that was ruled offside. I think they are pointing. The man right there that came over from the Pittsburgh Penguins as a free agent without compensation, second on the Wings in power play goals. Minute still left in the Red Wing power play. 5:40 to go here in the second period. Wings with a 3-2 lead. Here's a steal by Patterson. Rick Patterson working along the boards, trying to tie it up, killing some valuable time. Now Grodnick sends it to Warren Young. Young across the line. Flip pass for Ladouceur. Ben Wilson blocked that and cleared it out to center ice.
The Wings are not getting set up at all inside the Chicago line. They're getting it in there, but got to get some time to set it up and spread the Hawks out.
Well, Grodnick back to Ladouceur. His shot block. He comes right back to him. Randy sets it up for Kissio, and it rolled off the end of his stick. 20 seconds left in the power play. Well, Grodnick dumped it into the circle. Nobody there for the Wings, and it's cleared down the ice by the Blackhawks. Ten seconds before Brown comes out. Ladouceur sends it ahead now for Kelly Kissio. Left wing for O'Grodnick. O'Grodnick pumped to the ice by Savard. Puck rolls into the corner. Brown is out of the box. Team's at full strength. Ladouceur flips it in front. Went through everybody off the boards and cleared ahead to the line. Held in by Beach. Beach quick wrist shot. Handled easily by Sauvé. Boy, if Beach didn't stop that, Savard was off to the races. Doug Wilson, center ice, winds up. Big shot. Mikola flashed out the right skate. Cleared along the boards. Held in Secord. His pass blocked by Beach. Beach flipped it up the board. Secord got it again. Savard along the end board. Looking for Secord. Quick shot and a save by Mikola. And he hangs on. Here's all jamming up.
Well, the Wings have had a couple of power play opportunities and really done absolutely nothing. Savard again to Secord. That quick wrist shot in close. Secord didn't get a whole bunch on it, but it was on the net. Little Mikola made the save.
Looked like the puck was in close to his skates there, and he really couldn't get the good part of the blade on it. The Quebec Major Junior League All-Star team, first All-Star team in '81. Memorial Cup Tournament All-Star in 1981. Battling now to show that he belongs in the National Hockey League. And an up-and-down season for him. Ben Wilson rolls it across for Keith Brown. Teams are at full strength. Blackhawks with a 14-4 shot advantage in the second period. They have both the goals. The Wings with a 3-2 lead. Inside of 4 minutes remaining in period two. Sneps rolls it up the boards for Kocur. Kocur now sends it ahead for Billy Carroll. Tipped it out center ice. Ben Wilson drops it back for Brown. Yaremchuk rolls it into the Red Wing zone. Levens has it there. Lysiak bumps him into the boards, and Kocur at center ice leads an attack for the Wings. Kocur rolls it right in on Sauvé, who blocked it. Didn't get the whistle at first, and then Myers calls for the face-off as Billy Carroll having some words there with Tom Lysiak.
Lysiak took a swipe at him with the stick. Kocur and Ben Wilson over there. Didn't really see what happened on the play. The whistle blew there as Sauvé hung onto the puck.
Well, we're not going to have any penalties.
Well, obviously that started up the other end of the ice with Billy Carroll and Tommy Lysiak. Of course, they're both centermen.
Well, we're still having some discussion.
A lot of bodies out there right now.
Yeah, both teams started to make line changes. Now Jerome Dupont is out there, and he's having some words, I think, with Joe Kocur.
Dupont got his nose bloodied by Gerard Gallant. Got to get some of those guys off the ice. That's a very potentially dangerous situation.
Joe Kocur. Big Jerome Dupont been involved in a couple of altercations tonight, once with Kocur and, as Mickey mentioned, with Gerard Gallant. A lot of paper airplanes in this building.
Oh, they like to throw them. They're very innovative here at the Chicago Stadium.
Bob Murray flips it ahead. They wave off the icing. Mikola sees it, plays the puck, flips it up the boards for Gallant. Gallant plays his own pass behind the net. Sends it ahead. Knocked down by Troy Murray. Batted off of his stick by Richmond. Coming in, Dupont. Quick shot. Went through the crowd in front, wide of the goal. Oates digs it off the boards, but it was held in. Bob Murray to Troy Murray. His shot got through and was blocked. And then Olchuk fired it wide. Bob Murray through the crowd, save, rebound. Olchuk tied up by Oates.
A penalty there. Tove heading towards the bench now with the Hawks, the extra man. Delayed call. That'll do it. Geez, body's going all over the place down there.
Boy, that's a tough call on Oates. And looking at him, I'd like to see this again because I thought he made a heck of a defensive play on Olchuk.
I don't know where he got a piece of Olchuk, but the thing about that was Olchuk was ready to penalty because he got the stick in the way. If it was just a body shot, there's a look at it right there. Oh. He sort of had his stick tied up. A body check there.
Looked like he got the puck, though.
Yeah.
2 minutes for hooking at 17:10.
Once again, Chicago gets the extra man.
2 minutes for hooking at 17:10.
Third power play of this period for the Blackhawks, and it's 50 seconds left here in the second period. Wings with a 3-2 lead, and the Hawks with a man advantage. Oates was really upset about that call. I thought he made a fine defensive play to prevent Olchuk from getting the shot away. Draw controlled here by Savard. Back to the line, Doug Wilson plays it off the boards to Savard. Savard in the circle, rinked wide for Bob Murray coming in. Centered it, and it's cleared by Ladouceur. Boy, all kinds of people between Savard and Bob Murray, and somehow the clever centerman found a way to thread the needle, and Murray fired it wide and then got it back out in front of the open net. Ladouceur cleared it. Here's Steve Larmer. Along the boards out to the point for Bob Murray. Back along the boards it goes for Larmer. Minute and a half left in the power play. Secord tried to roll it across. Savard was on the other side of the net, but the pass was blocked. Bob Murray rolls it in front. Beach is there. He'll easily clear it down the ice. Bob Sobey at the side of the net plays it off the boards for Doug Wilson, who slaps it back behind his own net for Bob Murray. Pass center ice does not connect. Mikolev coming out, plays it himself. Mikolev with good strong wrist shoots it all the way down the ice. 1 minute left in the Oates penalty. 1:50 left here in the second period. Ben Wilson. Fans still on him every time he touches that puck. Troy Murray pokes it deep into the wing zone. Picks up the puck, rolls it in front. And the Blackhawks. Oh! Olchuk hit the side of the net. And it looked like he had the whole net staring at him after Mikolev had made the initial save. Here's Troy Murray on the replay. Rolls it out in front. There's the puck laying there, and here comes Olchuk. Stuffed it right on the side of the net. I guess Mikolev did have the blade of that skate up against the post, but Olchuk, if he'd have lifted it about 6 or 8 inches, would have been able to tie the hockey. They're going to finish 21st, 21-team league, and they are giving the Blackhawks a battle tonight. Snaps, fires it around the boards. Went into the neutral zone. Troy Murray flags it down for the Hawks, rolls it across for Ben Wilson. Back for Troy Murray. Drop pass for Keith Brown. Keith Brown rolls it in behind Mikolev. Mikolev stops the puck. O'Connell drives it along the boards. Held in, though, by Ben Wilson to Kurt Frazier. And let's see, they're going to call that a hand pass. Frazier came from Vancouver in a trade for Tony Tanti, who had been Chicago's #1 pick back in '82. 12th pick in the draft overall. Ed Olchuk into the circle. Gets it in deep to Troy Murray. Out in front, quick shot save made by Mikolev. You can hear it hit the stick. Olchuk again in close with stop. Olchuk tried to wrap around move and hit the side of the net. Now Troy Murray gets it to Olchuk. Sneps ties him up, and Mikolev covers the puck at the side of the crease. The crowd screaming at Bob Myers for a penalty on Harold Sneps. Usually get away with a little bit more when you're a man short. See Adam Oates there. He has completed his penalty. Here comes Olchuk. Sneps. Pretty good takedown. Might have to sign him up for WrestleMania. Here you see Brad Park and his record since he took over on New Year's Eve. Comes to Doug Wilson on the draw. Fired it just wide. Beach backhands the puck up the board. Out to center ice. Kissio pushing it ahead of Secord. Secord goes down. Kissio keeps his balance. Tried to drop it back to Guerra, but it's intercepted by the Hawks. Back it comes for Savard. Savard across the line. Soft pass. Bob Murray and drive, and a great glove save by Mikolev. Oh, what a pass, and then what a save. Savard took a look over his shoulder to see who was coming. He saw Bob Murray and a great little flip pass. We get a look at it here. Now he's already gotten the pass. Bob Murray just leans into it. Corrado Micallef with that catching glove on the right hand picks it out of the air. Here's Savard. Look at the little pass there. Just past Ladouceur, and boy, that was ticketed. Far corner. Micallef pulls it out of the air. Boy, the shots are now 20-5 in this period. Face off to the left of Micallef. You see Secord to the left of your screen there, all the way over to the other face-off circle. They're going to try to get that puck back to Doug Wilson and then throw it across to Bob Murray. That's the plan. It doesn't work, though, as Billy Carroll got a piece of that draw. Now Ogrodnik drops it back to Ladouceur. Ogrodnik had it slapped away by Savard. Billy Carroll on the puck. Carroll rolls it ahead for Ogrodnik. Well, look at the forechecking by the Hawks. It came outside the line, and then fifth in scoring in the National Hockey League. Savard coming into this game with 106 points, has 2 assists, so he's bettered his production of a year ago. 5 seconds left of the period. Center ice. This is Kissio across the line, fakes the shot, now gets it off just wide of the post as the buzzer does sound. Well, the Hawks dominated in terms of. Now Secord checking Ogrodnik into the boards. Kissio got it across the line. Offside the call.
Yeah, look at the finals. Boy, that's a big one for the Hartford Whalers. They climb within 3 points of the Montreal Canadiens.
Bukestad got another third period goal, by the way, in that 6-1 win over Toronto. He's got 42 goals now. O'Callahan for the Hawks flips it out center ice. Rolls into the Red Wing zone. O'Connell has it. Secord. Secord watching O'Connell from in front of Corrado Micallef. O'Connell just standing there. Now O'Connell plays it off the glass out to center ice. Doug Wilson sent it back quickly for Savard. And Larmer picks it up. Rolls it softly into the Red Wing zone. Danny Gare back there. Clears it into the neutral zone. And O'Callahan swiped at it a couple of times just to prevent Kiss. Puck goes into the Red Wing zone. Ladouceur plays it off the boards. Knocked down by Yaremchuk. Now Young ties him up. Puck rolls in behind Micallef. Micallef leaving it there for Ladouceur, who had to play the man Yaremchuk. They jam up along the board. Sutter is there for the Hawks. Puck comes free. Beach plays it up the boards. Knocked down. Keith Brown with a shot. Hit somebody in front, I believe Lysiak, and it's played around by Beach for Joe Kocur. Out of his reach, Ben Wilson sends it back quickly for Yaremchuk. Poked off of his stick. Yaremchuk got the stick up on Kocur, who sends it ahead for Loisel. Batted away by Ben Wilson.
An icing call.
Icing here as Beach will be the first one to touch it. And the face-off will go.
The Hawks won 2 games here in Chicago, and boy, this place was just bananas. They went nuts. Give the Oilers a bit of a scare, but they're really a well-rounded hockey club. They just have not played consistently well this year.
Oates wins another draw. Levens fires it just wide of the Chicago goal. Snaps, sends it back in. This is Troy Murray for the Blackhawks. For Olchuk, just backhands it out center ice. Levens hustling over. Plays it back up the boards. Jerome Dupont deflects it. Kurt Frazier sends it into the Red Wing zone. Delayed offsides here. They will let it go because Levens gets it out center ice. Leaves it for Gerard Gallant, who slapped it into the Chicago zone. Dupont plays it around the boards, and it rolls by everybody. Deep into the Red Wings end. Micallef out of the net to knock down the puck for Levens. Gallant flip pass, intercepted O'Callahan, plays it in front of the Red Wing bench. Poked by Frazier up into the Red Wing zone. Adam Oates back to get it. Oates, dangerous pass. Olchek got a piece of it, but it went to Levens. Blackhawks putting on the forechecking pressure. Oates quick pass to Snaps out to center ice, and Doug Wilson intercepts. Sends it back for Olchek. That played just offside. Well, the Hawks trying to keep that pressure on. That they
appeal in the draft to be able to get Olchek
with LA, with Bob Janusek, the goaltender.
Exactly.
I know the Wings were a little upset about that. General Manager Jim Devellano wanted to make a deal with LA, possibly involving Corrado Micallef, because they wanted a chance to get Olchek. All right, here is Savard across the line. Dennis Savard with the slap shot save made by Micallef. Loose puck. Loose. Still nobody on it. Now a pile of players covering it.
Who's on the bottom of that pile up?
All right, we got a break in the action. The Wings leading 3-2 early in the third. We'll be back in a moment.
slap shot. Mikulev couldn't corral the rebound, and then that big pileup coming behind the shot. There's Secord, O'Connell, Mikulev trying to fetch for the puck. He finally blew the whistle.
Billy Carroll wins the draw. Richmond flips it around, right wing side for Gare. Flipped it to the line.
Okay.
They say O'Callahan held that one in to Savard. Savard takes the hit there from Richmond. Gare comes up with the puck, clears it ahead for Kissio, breaking with Billy Carroll. Kissio wristing it in behind the Blackhawk net. Billy Carroll checking O'Callahan over there. Puck comes out to the line. Richmond winds up for the shot. Sauvé has it in the glove and clears it quickly to Secord. Secord, center ice, off the stick of Savard, but he gets it back. Dennis Savard between the circles, takes the shot. Mikulev, the big save. Batted the rebound out of the air, too, and now here's a steal by Savard. Back for Doug Wilson. Quick shot, he scores!
Well, Dougie Wilson gets his second of the night. A bouncing puck, and Wilson couldn't have had a more perfect shot. Right into the top corner, underneath the bar, and just inside the goalpost. Mikulev had made a big stop a moment before. And this place erupts. Wilson is second of the night, 14th of the year. And that one not on the slap shot, but a good wrist shot by the defenseman. Boy, oh boy.
Blackhawks have outshot the Wings now 24-5 since that first period. 3-3 hockey game. Koser trying to flip it ahead, lifted it right. Savard assisting on all three Chicago goals. Loisel wins the draw. Beach back behind the Red Wing net. Quick pass for Carroll up the middle. Billy Carroll has the man on the right wing, but Loisel was tripped up there by Sutter.
Loisel, you look around this building and see the banners hanging up, the retired numbers of number 9, Bobby Hull, and 21, Stan Mikita. What a lot of history in this building.
Here's Ladouceur now with Lysiak on his back. Now Ben Wilson behind his own net. Plays it up the left wing side for Sutter as the crowd starts the Let's Go Hawks chant. Ben Wilson now leaves it for Lysiak. Lysiak across the line. And on the left wing, trying to get around Beach, rolls it into the slot. Hit the skate of Loisel. They pass it right in front. And Beach knocked it away from Yaremchuk. Aaron Beach now slaps it up the board. Ben Wilson pitching in. He runs into Koser and Loisel. Koser holding on to Ben Wilson there. Now they separate. Lysiak has it behind the net, rolls it out in front. A save, loose puck. Mikulev poked it away. Now Yaremchuk with a shot. It never got through. Keith Brown tried to roll it in front. That was blocked by Mikulev. Puck is slapped up the boards. Here comes Koser and Ben Wilson bumping again. Now Sutter and Koser go down. Puck comes out to Yaremchuk. Has a man open at the blue line, but it's knocked away by Warren Young. Ben Wilson back to get it. Keith Brown back to Wilson. Now to Lysiak on the left wing. Olchek heading for the net. Deflects off of his stick, and Harold Sneps. And up into the seats.
They are fired up now at the Chicago Stadium. This down, he doesn't know where it is. He's just trying to get in the road if it comes at him. Imagine trying to look around all those bodies in front of you. Boy.
Here's an earlier opportunity. Lysiak rolling it out in front. Daryl Sutter tried to set up Yaremchuk. Face-off just inside the rim of the circle to the left of Mikulev. Oates wins that all-important face-off. Takes it out center ice. Adam Oates one-on-one against Bob Murray. Drops it back for Levens. His shot got through. Sauvé made the save. Knuckleball shot. Troy Murray cleared it ahead. Levens knocked it down. It's still in the Chicago zone. They still battle along the boards. Troy Murray drops it back to Bob Murray. Pass center ice blocked by Gallant. Gerard Gallant tried to send it ahead for Klima. Picked off by Jerome Dupont. Center ice taken over by Oates. Klima was going the other way, and the pass intercepted by Bob Murray. Ahead for Troy Murray. Lets it go up into the Red Wing zone. Batted away by Levens. Sneps and Oates. And now back to Jim Levens. Pass goes to Oates. Flips it. Center ice. Bounces into the Chicago zone. Bob Murray back there well ahead of Gallant. Sends it ahead for Watson. Hasn't seen much ice tonight. Now for Troy Murray, and Olchek just offside on the play. 13:39 to go. Has become alive after the first period when they were booing the Blackhawks. Blackhawks have scored 3 straight to tie this hockey game. And really pouring the shots at Corrado Mikolev. Doug Wilson drops it for Savard, looking for some open ice. Rolls it across. Richmond blocked it. Taken by Kelly Kissio. Kissio, long shot. Sauve squeezing the pads together.
Just about got through the hole, didn't it?
O'Callahan now getting some pressure from O'Grodnik. Plays it around the boards. Larmer. Outlet pass to Savard. Doug Wilson, the late man coming. Savard will take the shot. Whoa! Look out!
That kind of ticked the helmet of Mikolev right by his left ear.
Kissio leveled right there at the Chicago blue line. Play ruled offside.
Yeah. Can't hear it with this crowd screaming the way they are. Sure, they're against you and they're for the home team, but it's a good ice surface. The ice has been good here for as long as I can remember. It's a great place for a skater. Can really get it going. I used to enjoy coming in here, nevertheless, even playing against the likes of Hull and Nikita and all that crew. They had some great teams in those years.
Vladisor in behind his own net. Lysiak right on him. Vladisor drops it back now for his partner Beach. Pass up the middle to Carroll. Tried to move it on the right wing. It was blocked. Yaremchuk holds it in. Lysiak heading for the net. Pass goes behind Mikolev, who put the hook on Lysiak there a bit. Lysiak dumps it out in front. Center backhander. He scores!
Well, Daryl Sutter is the recipient of some great work by the veteran Lysiak. He just wouldn't quit behind the net. 13-year veteran Tommy Lysiak. There's Sutter, who's been mucking around the front of the net all night long. And Mikolev really didn't have much of a chance at all on that play either. The puck came out, hit the defenseman, and laid right there. And 27 Sutter, the captain, just backhanded it up over Corrado Mikolev. But certainly he's got to have a big thank you for Tommy Lysiak, who just kept working away in the board. Second and third effort behind the net. Finally got it loose to set up Daryl Sutter.
15th of the season for Daryl Sutter, playing in just his 44th game tonight. He's had some injury problems. Tom Lysiak will certainly draw one assist. Here's Gallant back into the Blackhawk zone. Rolls it across. The late man Levens now. Rolls it out in front. Sauve decides to cover it up. Hawks have taken the lead.
For the first period, but between the second period and almost half of the third period, the Wings have only had, what? They had 10 in the first period. Okay, we look at the stat sheet. 10-10 in the first period. Wings now with 18. Chicago with 37.
Oates wins the draw. Levens positions himself. Shot was blocked. Bob Murray didn't see it at first. Gallant ties him up along the boards. Face off in the Chicago zone.
Winger at the Detroit games, and he wanted me to wish his parents, Frank and Joanne, a special hello, and his grandmother, Mary Simon, who are watching the game tonight. Hope you're enjoying it, folks.
Winger very popular at the Joe Louis Arena. Boy, does he get a workout.
He sure does. Tell you. You know, he does. I think he does that whole routine with the uniform and stuff with goal skates on, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he had to be warm in that building last night.
Oh, you got that right.
All right, here's Troy Murray. Quick shot blocked by Sneps. Look out.
Right into the press box.
Face-off just inside the circle. Left of Corrado Mikolev. Hawks have scored 4 straight. Lead the Red Wings 4-3. Wings did all their damage pretty much in the first half of the first period. Mike O'Connell now behind his own goal. Still plenty of time for the Wings. Just over 11 minutes to go here in the third. Gare across center ice. Flips it in on Sauve. Sauve leaving it for O'Callahan. Larmer failed to get it out. O'Connell backhands it right in front. Sauve tipped it away from O'Grodnik. And Secord sends it down the ice. This will be icing again. If Beach can get there.
Still icing.
O'Connell touched it first as Beach was hooked by Savard. We'll be back with the Wings trailing by 1 in just a moment.
Area here in the Chicago Stadium, and again, it's very much like the old Olympia.
All right, here's O'Connell rolling it in front of the Chicago net.
That's why I enjoy playing in here so much, because I got very fond of Olympia after a few years.
Blackhawks keeping the pressure on Secord. In for checking. Savard knocked the outlet pass down. Secord holding on to 2 Red Wings. Pass comes in front to Larmer. Taken down by O'Connell. And Gare breaks with O'Grodnik. Danny Gare goes wide. Rolls it in front. O'Grodnik tied up there by O'Callahan. And it's tipped by Secord down the ice. Mikolev way out of the net. Plays it around his own goal. And Beach rolls it up to the Blackhawk line. Ben Wilson knocked it down there. Gare, for the Wings, recovers. Back to Beach. Ooh, look out. Lysiak was right on him. Kissio able to clear the zone for Ben Wilson. Wilson checked there by Loisel. Loisel drops it back for Beach. Wings trying to complete a change. That'll be a two-line pass to Billy Carroll. Mickey, maybe you'll have an opportunity here to tell us a little.
Off-ice activities obviously are the first priority, and secondly, if you can go out and play and have some fun, that's the main thing. It should be fun, but we leave this Friday and back the following Saturday.
There might be some Soviet players from that Summit Series.
I'm not sure if the Soviets are involved this year or not.
Ken Yaremchuk and Randy Ladouceur going at it pretty good in front of the Detroit goal. Yaremchuk doing some slashing, and that puck almost ended up in the Detroit goal.
Yes, and just to follow through, David, as a result of having to go over to Paris for a week, this will be my last telecast in Montreal. Week from tonight, I guess.
Well, you'll be a busy man in the playoffs.
I'll be thinking of you, I'll tell you that.
Well, you got to get your answers in for Redmond's Corner for those last two telecasts.
Well, I may have to stay up a little later in Paris with the time change to get them back on time, but have to discuss that with producer Toby Cunningham.
All right. Well, they face off now, Yaremchuk and Billy Carroll. Yaremchuk and Ladouceur had a pretty good duel going there in front of Mikolev. No call was made. Yaremchuk almost forced the puck into the Detroit goal with his body. Here's Billy Carroll. Back into the Chicago zone. Rolls it right in front. Comes across Ladouceur. Slaps at the bouncing puck. It goes wide. Young rolls it back in front of the Chicago goal. The Blackhawks intercept. Lysiak has a man breaking on the right side. Wide open. Yaremchuk. There's the shot. The save by Mikolev. And he hangs on. Now Loisel and Yaremchuk with the sticks up.
Boy, Yaremchuk physically resembles Dennis Savard, the way he skates out there. Look at Lysiak again, the veteran, spots his right winger, and he hits him. He's wide open. He really didn't get a great chance. He tried to fake him, go to the forehand, and Mikolev stayed with him and made the save. Ladouceur challenging up the middle. Of course, that leaves a hole back in the line. Mikolev's got to be a tired young man out there tonight. 38 shots on goal now for Chicago.
9:07 to go in the third. Draw controlled by Oates as he got around Troy Murray. Ahead to Peter Klima. His backhand pass blocked by DuPont.
Offside.
That'll be offside.
You know, the Wings have really just got nothing. Some playoff games and what have you. And boy, that really, I think, was the start of the end for Orville Tessier. This team just would not play for him.
Oates wins the draw back to O'Connell. O'Connell will carry into the Chicago zone. Gets by DuPont. Holds up. Takes the shot. Missed it on the short side. Oates now brings it back toward the line. Kurt Frazier forces it back into the Detroit zone. Sneps has to unload it quickly. Troy Murray right on it. Gerard Gallant back to Sneps. Cross center ice. Rolling it deep into the Chicago zone. Bob Sauvé stopping it back there for Jerome DuPont. Gallant right on him. Hooking him. Now Olczyk helping out, plays it up the boards to the line. Klima held it in, bouncing puck, but knocked down by Bob Murray. Backhands it up into the Detroit zone. O'Connell back there for the Wings, slaps it around for Gerard Gallant. Gallant checked there by Troy Murray, took the puck away. Murray out in front for Olczyk, and he fanned on it. Oates breaking with Klima now. Two Blackhawks back. Klima takes the puck, comes in, fires a long one wide of the net. Gallant overskates the puck.
I think he thought one of his teammates was there and left it for him. Was a Hawk.
Doug Wilson roughing up Klima there a little bit after Wilson took the puck away. Ladouceur now ahead for Danny Gare. Gare rolls it up to the Chicago line. Knocked away by the Hawks. Beach back to get it. Secord right on him. Threw the glove out. Puck rolling deep in the Chicago zone. O'Callaghan checked there by O'Grodnik. O'Callaghan goes down on top of the puck. And with a stop and play, and the Wings trailing 4-3. Of the Chicago goal, Wings trailing 4-3. Draw controlled by Kissio. O'Grodnik, though, lost it to Secord, who plays it up inside the Red Wing line. Ladouceur got back to clear it. Now the Wings regaining control. Darren Beach. Wings have been outshot 28-9 since the end of the first period. Kissio rolls it in behind the Chicago goal to the corner. O'Krodnik there. Takes the hit from O'Callahan. Got the elbow up in O'Callahan's face.
So you got to protect yourself. You get those big defensemen running there. Get the elbow up and give it to him. And now Chicago, I think, is going to get a penalty. It will be O'Callahan for holding John O'Krodnik.
Lost the stick, that's why.
See, those guys, you know, they feel like they can take a free pop at your team. The defensemen feel like, hey, I can run at this guy and it's not going to make any problem. But the key is get that elbow up, give him a shoulder, catch him by surprise. This time O'Callahan gets caught. And with 7 minutes exactly to go in the hockey game.
Wink with the man advantage. The draw, though, controlled by Troy Murray, and the puck driven down the ice.
So far, Detroit, after again that 3-0 lead, they've been very ineffective on the power play. Again, not getting started well in their own zone. Let's see what they do this time.
All right, Levens rolls it ahead for Oates off of his stick. Ben Wilson slaps it back again. Indecision. Klima circling the net. Let's see, he might look for an end-to-ender here. If he can keep control, sends it ahead for Gallant. Missed him. Rolled right to Sauvé, though, who tried to clear it. It hit Adam Oates. Hawks steal, then they lost it. Gallant hustling over. Two Blackhawks checking him. Gallant comes up with the puck to Levens. Leaves it for O'Connell. To Gallant, rim of the circle. Wing spreading it out now.
That's the way. Now they've got to get it spread out and get a 2-on-1 with one Hawk.
O'Connell across to Levens. In deep for Oates. Back off the boards to Klima. Klima rolling it in front. Sauvé blocks it. Keith Brown and Gerard Gallant having some words.
It's 1:03 to go now in the extra man. Gallant complaining to Bob Myers.
Two of those last three road games. 1 week from tonight in Montreal and a week from Saturday at the Met Center in Minnesota. Not too many clubs second half of the season have played better than Minnesota.
That's for sure. And Beaupre has been leading them. Donnie Beaupre, the goaltender. He's been very, very hot.
Again, Minnesota winning tonight in Toronto, 6-1. Edmonton winning in Pittsburgh, 8-3. And Hart,
look out.
Here's a face-off, comes right to Olczyk. O'Connell coming over. Olczyk the shot. Micallef the save as it rolls out behind him, wide of the net.
Right off the face-off. Boy, that's not supposed to happen. You can see it as soon as the draw was won by the Hawks. Right to Eddie Olczyk.
Kissio across the line. 45 seconds left in the power play. Kissio leads it. O'Connell a drive. Oh, and a save there by Sauvé. 3-on-1. Bob Murray to Olczyk. Olczyk the shot. Micallef the save, and he batted it just over the crossbar. He almost batted it into the net. Half a minute left in the Red Wing power play. Right after Sauvé made one of his toughest saves of the night, the Hawks came right back short-handed.
Olczyk took that shot by Levens right off the ankle. Woo. He's hurt.
Levens now rolls it off the board. Center ice. O'Krodnik has it. 8 seconds left in the Red Wing power play. Levens quickly ahead now for Oates. Lost it off his stick, but pressures Larmer. O'Callahan out of the box. The teams are at full straight. Back come the Hawks with a 1-goal lead. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Secord. And that. Whoa.
So far, it's going to argue on that one.
I don't blame him. He went
through the pads of Micallef, got enough of it, went wide of the open net, and then a 3-on-1 right back behind again, and Olczyk again.
And watch this here. Pats it up in the air. Ooh, just over the crossbar. 40 shots Micallef has faced now. 4:50 to go. Regulation time. Hawks leading 4-3. Draw comes back into the Blackhawks zone. Jerome Dupont chasing it down. Dupont holding it there. Bob Murray lays it up the boards, bounces out through center ice, and that's onside in front. And Savard couldn't get to it. It just rolled all the way into Micallef, who made the save. Gerard Gallant, long drive. Bob Sauvé gets it in the glove. To the line, held in by Beach. Slaps it back between the circles, bouncing puck.
Like a rubber ball.
Jerome Dupont got it out of the zone and was slapped back in by Beach. Offside the call. Late in the third. Wings trailing by a goal. We'll be back at Chicago.
Fortunately, the Wings have not had many shots at all, let alone a good one, in the past period and a half.
O'Connell drives it in off the board. Sauvé at the side of the net. Leaves it there for Keith Brown. Plays it up to Daryl Sutter. It's Sutter's goal right now that's the difference in the hockey game. On his backhander set up by Lysiak. O'Connell for the Wings. Left wing pass for Loisel. Loisel, quick wrist shot. It was blocked wide of Sauvé, who plays it up the boards. Yaremchuk and Billy Carroll battle over there, and Lysiak comes away with the puck, clears it out center ice. O'Connell's pass intercepted by Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk circling the Red Wing goal. Rolls it out in front. Lysiak backhander. And that was stopped in front of Mikolev. Billy Carroll getting it out into the neutral zone. Yaremchuk's pass intercepted by Chris Chahaki. Chahaki trying to duck under Keith Brown's check. Rolled it to the corner. Lysiak with a hit there on Billy Carroll. Ben Wilson sends it around the boards. And Daryl Sutter deflects it back into the Detroit zone. Levin's pass up the middle. Intercepted by Brown. Keith Brown flips it back in behind Mikolev. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Wings need a goal to tie. Levins plays it up the right wing side for Danny Gare. He has one of the 3 Detroit goals. Gare's clearing pass blocked by Olczyk. Rolls back in behind Mikolev. Gare is there again. Finds the open man Loisel this time, who rolls it across for O'Connell. Mike O'Connell faking the pass. Drops it back for Ladouceur now. Wings getting back outside. Ladouceur drives it deep into the Chicago zone. Sauvé sets it up there for Bob Murray. Dupont up the boards to Frazier, deflected by Beach. Gare knocks it down, rolls it to Ogrodnik. Tough angle. Save made by Sauvé. Out to the point, Ladouceur. Quick wrist shot. Deflects wide of the Chicago net. Bob Murray.
Let it all go out now, David. They've got to gamble now with just a little over 2 minutes to go.
Puck goes back into the corner. Ogrodnik. Kissio behind the net, has Beach sneaking in. Oh, he half fanned on that one.
He had some opening, too.
Got the top half of the puck, and that was it. Puck deflected. Ogrodnik, Kissio, a shot tipped wide. Ogrodnik behind the net. Rolls it to Gare, and he lost the puck off the stick.
Maybe minors here. Troy Murray and Danny Gare.
Both going on. Late in the third period, 4-3. Blackhawks will be back in a moment.
Moments ago, Yaremchuk again with that speed of his, setting up Wilson in front, or rather Lysiak. Mikolev once again was there to make the save and a big pileup. The Wings pressing offensively now, opened it up. They've got to do that with only 2 minutes exactly left in the game. Try to get tied here and force some overtime.
Coincidental slashing penalties to Danny Gare and Troy Murray.
Young man to the right of Bobby Pulford. On the left of the screen is Cliff Coral, former right winger of the Hawks. Assistant coach. He was very much in the mold of the Kenny Warham type players on the right side. Danny Belial, assistant to Brad Park. Colin Campbell up in the press box somewhere in the stadium.
Doug Wilson for the Hawks. Has 2 goals tonight. O'Callahan drives it deep into the Red Wing zone. Mikolev leaves it there for Beach. Took an elbow from Secord. Now Gallant rolls it off the boards. Ladouceur ahead for Oates. Oates across the red line to Klima. Klima lost control of the puck. Couldn't get it back. He took an elbow from Savard. Now Beach across the line, wristing it in on Sauvé. Sauvé clears it to Secord on the left wing, and Secord flips it rink wide for Steve Larmer. Rolls it in wide of Mikolev. Mikolev plays it up the boards. It was knocked down. Wrapped around behind the Red Wing goal. Klima tried to hack it out of there, but it was held in by the Hawks. Secord bats it deep into the Red Wing zone. Beach able to clear it to Gerard Gallant. Gallant's pass broken up by Savard. Has Secord in front. Pass. Oh, it's deflected off the Beach into the net.
Well, just a tough break on that one. Savard trying to set up Al Secord in front of the net. It bounced off of Darren Beach. And Mikolev, of course, moving with the pass. Couldn't do much about it as it skittered by him on the short side. Right there, you see him move to go and see the pass going to Secord. Anticipating it, hit Beach and bounced past Mikolev. 5-3 Chicago in just 1:07 to go.
Mikolev was starting to slide across to play Secord, and not much you could do there. 46th of the season for Savard at 18:53. I would assume it'll be unassisted, but we'll wait and see. Tough break for the Wings. Another one of those paper airplanes. That one's going to get down to the ice surface.
1 minute to play in the third
Last minute of play in the third period.
We'll see if Brad Park elects to have Mikolev come to the bench to try to get back in it here. It's a long shot, but offside called there at the Detroit line.
Blackhawk goal.
Keith Brown now rolls it ahead, blocked by Levens. Levens dumps it into the corner of the Chicago zone. Mikulev starting for the bench.
Here he goes.
Wings get the extra attacker on the ice. It's Billy Carroll. Ogrodnik now holding the puck. Wants to get rid of it here as Olczyk tying him up. Now the puck cleared away by the Hawks.
No, they wave it off. It hit a Red Wing right at center ice and deflected wide of the net.
Linesman Bozak indicating that it did hit a Red Wing. 20 seconds left. Billy Carroll drives it off the boards in front of the Chicago goal, and Sauvé slashed there by Kissio. He did take a little slash at him there, hit him with the blocker.
But no, the puck was loose. Just as he was covering it up, he took a swat at him. The Wings have got an extra skater out there. If that means anything at this point. The extra man. Faceoff will come outside the Chicago zone as the Detroit defensemen have moved in to help out in the tussle. Just 15 seconds to go now.
Well, players always protect their goaltender, but Kissio not having a reputation of being a stick man, and I think that makes a difference in how they handle it. I mean, they roughed him up against the boards there, but there it is. He had it for a moment, then was undecided what he wanted to do, and right there I think Kelly was just trying to hit the stick and maybe force the puck out from underneath the fallen Chicago goaltender. I guess Bob Myers did make a call here at 19:45 of the third period.
Yeah, Kissio and Brown will go. Mikulev back in the net now with the face-off out in the center ice area. Just play 20. You got to play a full 60.
Blackhawks still with a couple of games in hand on the North Stars as well. Puck rolls down to Mikulev. Mikulev plays it up the boards. Kosar waiting there, and the clock has run down. The Blackhawks scoring 5 unanswered goals from early in the second period through the end of the